This is a good way to end 2024. What do you mean, Kit? Well, we're lacking regulations. I know. To my libertarian and conservative audience members, you're saying, what do you mean regulations? What are you talking about, Hard Lens Media? Well, the godfather of AI demands strict regulations to stop technology from wiping out humanity. Yay! Terminator, Skynet, Men of Iron. What could possibly go wrong? You know, all this reliance on technology has me a little bit scared, okay? And yes, before anyone types in the comment section below, but Kit, sex robots. I know. Calm down for a minute. Don't be a degenerate here right now, okay? We got to have some regulations because if AI gets out of pocket, things are going to go pretty, okay? I mean, things will not be pretty. They'll be what I like to call no bueno, okay? And if we have Skynet coming around here, you know what? My last words will be "Cómo estás, pendejos?" All right. So let's go ahead and pull this up here. And let me go ahead and close this up here. No. Close. Stop. There you go. So let's talk about this. Warning that the pace of development of artificial intelligence is much faster than he anticipated and is taking place in the absence of far-reaching regulations. A computer scientist, often called Godfather of AI on Friday, said he believes chances are growing that AI could wipe out humanity. So Jeffrey Hinton said that there is a 10 to 20% chance AI could lead to human extinction in the next 3 decades. So hold on. So I'll be 70 years old if this happens. Oh, okay. I'll be all right with it. I'll be a little sad. Hey, old man, you remember a time before robots took over? Yes, I remember a time when the internet used to connect to this. That's old man Kit. He remembers a time before the internet. My grandpa used to have a record player. What's that? It used to play music. What's the app? There was no app, you whippersnapper. Previous Hinton said he saw a 10% chance of that happening. We've never had to deal with things more intelligent than ourselves before, Hinton explained. Well, okay. And how many examples do you know of more intelligent thing being controlled by a less intelligent thing? There are a few examples. There's a mother and a baby. Evolution put a lot of work into allowing the baby to control the mother. But that's about the only example I know of. Oh, this guy doesn't get out much. Hinton, who was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in physics this year for his research into machine learning and AI, left his job at Google last year, saying he wanted to be able to speak out more about the dangers of unregulated AI. He warned that chatbots could be used by authoritarian leaders to manipulate the public and said last year that the kind of intelligence we're developing is very different from the intelligence we have. Sort of like how corporate media went to bat for a senile old man, and how the algorithm and censorship bots were more than happy to demonetize the platform and also get you guys to be unsubscribed from your favorite content creators. It's not only independent media that's dealing with it, it's everyone covering all types of genre on YouTube or on X or on Instagram. I still get messages from people saying, hey, how come I was unsubscribed? How come I'm not being notified when you go live? It's not us. I would love it if all 55,000 plus people were made aware when we go live. That would be great. It would be awesome. That would be such a better world. Continuing on, just leaving it to the profit motive of large companies is not going to be sufficient to make sure they develop it safely. Exactly. On Friday, Hinton said he was particularly worried that the invisible hand of the market will not keep humans safe from a technology that surpasses their intelligence and calls for strict regulations of AI. More than 120 bills have been proposed in the U.S. Congress to regulate AI robocalls, the technology's role in national security, and other issues, while the Biden administration has taken some action to rein in AI development. An executive order called Safe, Secure, and Trustworthy Development and Use of Artificial Intelligence. I don't even trust that executive order with that name. Safe, Secure, and Trustworthy Development and Use of Artificial Intelligence? No, not from this White House. And that harnessing AI for good and realizing its myriad benefits requires mitigating its substantial risks. President-elect Donald Trump is expected to rescind this order. Trump, listen, whatever you do, don't call the robots stupid, okay? I know you could call people stupid, you could call animals stupid, you could call things stupid. Just don't call the robots stupid, okay? Something tells me that won't bode too well for us. The White House blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights calls for safe and effective systems, algorithmic discrimination, the discrimination protections. Oh God, data privacy notice and explanation when AI is used, and the ability to opt out of automated systems. But the European Union's Artificial Intelligence Act was deemed a failure by rights advocates this year after industry lobbying helped ensure the law include numerous loopholes and exemptions for law enforcement and migration authorities. The only thing that can force those big companies to do more research on safety, said Hind on Friday, is government regulation. Oh, yeah, what could go wrong? But hey, folks, don't worry. Don't worry, folks. Everything's going to be fine. You want to know why? Because we only got 3 decades left. I'm not expecting these politicians to do anything. In fact, let's have democracy in the chat. This could be the last time we're voting ever, period. Do you trust our people, our leaders, before the 3-decade time era is done, to actually step up and protect us from the artificial intelligence threat? Type 1 for yes, Kit. It's going to be a process. It's going to take a while, but they're going to protect us. The type 2, no, man, it's done. I'll see you around. I'll see you around, meatbag. Hold on. Because, hey, we got stuff like this coming our way. Had to mute because of copyright music. Oh, look, it's a robo-dog. Oh, and it's got a flamethrower. Oh, dear God. Oh, no. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. Okay. Well, it's got a laser. Oh, it's jumping. Oh, how cute. How frightening. How horrifically frightening. They're going to be rounding us up. There's going to be robo-dogs. Sex robots are going to come after us. Everything's going to attack you. You're not safe. No one's safe. What could go wrong? It's clear because we've done previous segments about artificial intelligence. I mean, we've seen how law enforcement is now using automation and robots and drones, but we've also seen how our military is also using drones and automation. Recently, too, the Ukraine has also got a shipment of AI tanks, and other light armored drones to do military tactics. So Ukraine is the frontline area in which there are machines being used to fight humans. What could go wrong? I don't think there's going to be any regulation happening. I don't think there's going to be any kind of attempt by people in positions of power to stop any of this madness. And I think we're all just going to have to sit here and take it and smile and nod and learn to love the atomic bomb as soon as Skynet takes over. So in 3 decades, we got a little bit more time before AI takes over. So in 3 decades, you got time to maybe live your life to the best of your ability before our robot overlords connect us to the Matrix. Keep your heads on a swivel here, folks. And stay tuned to Heartlands Media while you still can.
Radio station just censored the word devil. Clearly, we are on a different level. I guess you wouldn't notice all the rolling boulders crashing past your shoulders when you're taught to shift your focus lower, scream at all the pebbles, cheering on the bombers because you can't abide the rebels. But I bet you'll wring your bloody hands when all the dust has settled, when the last little limb is pulled from Gaza's twisted metal. Then you can say how you were led astray, and never once in all your days would you have knowingly supported all the genocide for which you clapped and prayed. But they baited you with unconfirmed blurbs about babies until you were filled with rage. Yet someone told you babies had been starving, bombed, and caged for nearly 80 years in Gaza, and you looked the other way. So regret, but make it fashion. Go and pluck that final petal off a hyacinth on Instagram for every kid they kettled. Every son that Israel imprisoned when they're little, that they tortured for a decade, then surprised with their acquittal. And when they got released and saw their parents, and whatever siblings hadn't met the missiles, they stared right through their middle. Their eyes don't seem to focus, and their words are all but dribble, like they're pondering the darkest riddle. That is, how many false flags does it take to make humanity inhuman and uncivil, distorted by the revel? The crooked slant where Israel contorts into America, Biden bathing Bibi in a bloodbath in the bevel. I opened up my feed and I saw children disassembled. Turned some music on and heard the station censor devil. Imagine thinking Doja Cat's a threat to moral fabric in the single largest terror cell that ever felled a temple, that ever sparked a cleansing, that ever burned a market, that ever raped with bayonets or carpet-bombed apartments, that ever turned your water off and left you in the darkness, left you doing surgery on children while they're conscious. You sing the devil's praises every time you sing our anthem. You sing a hymn to him that watched us birth a million phantoms. You'll proudly wave his flag, and yet you will not name the devil? Well, clearly, we are on a different level. I can give you names, shit, I'll give you several. They say the devil wears a different face for every general, like a composite of the char he brought to fields of emerald, and the wail of every childhood we made ephemeral. So who else has left the stain of blood on everything they touch? Who else can starve civilians and they don't so much as blush? Who else has paid for Gaza being flattened into dust? If there's ever been a devil on this earth, then it is us. That's U.S. What an ugly couple letters. Feeding shit and ignorance to those it chose to tether. From the river to the sea, both are slowly growing redder. For the devil that you know just knows you better. It knows every gut reaction it could ever make you feel. It knows fear is that which wakes you up and gets you on your wheel. It knows just the kind of story that will justify its war. And the scripts are wrapped for World War IV. So just imagine my surprise to give the radio a listen and to hear such pious morals out of Zionists and Christians that they'd take the devil's name and try to clip it from existence while they carry out his bloody business. You would wave a fascist flag, and yet you honor not your Iblis? Name you not Apollyon? Hush you now your witness? Bleed the name of Belial till tongue is rolling listless in the man-made mouth of Mammon, as Lamia's whispers listen. When carts are wheeling bodies through the cities that we crushed, and the very air is rotten with decay of all that was, who else would censor devil yet behave as Legion does? If there's ever been a devil on this earth, then it is us. U.S., but not a unity of souls. More a mass of corporations turning houses into holes, turning people into puppets, turning puppets into mold, turning mold into nutrition bars worth their weight in gold because they're bombing every bakery and burning every field with phosphorus that never once has wanted for a meal. The devil wears a mask and it delights in the reveal, in that moment where the face is let to peel. We do not love the underdog. We do not cheer the rebels. We lust for all their blood until the dust has finally settled. Then pity just ourselves that we were so misled to revel. Proudly wave his flag, and yet we will not name the devil.